Gunbuster, Neon Genesis Evangelion, FLCL, and Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann are some of the greatest products of Gainax. They have such a unique, identifiable style in the storytelling and the art. Plot points are similar, and the constant escalation of the scale of the narrative is a fixture in Gainax stories. Also, a staple is the non-traditional animation style, which fits well with the escalating scale of the story. Gainax started in 1984 with a group of college students, and from the very beginning they focused on their ridiculous plot lines and showed a strong preference for mecha. This was of course the 80s, it was all about mecha at the time. The first Gainax film featured a girl fighting satirical reproductions of popular mecha figures before being beamed into space in typical Gainax style. Gainax hasn't had an official release since 2015, but the studio has spiritual successors, one of which is Studio Trigger. A studio famous for Kill la Kill and Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Cyberpunk Edgerunners has all the hallmarks of an authentic Gainax production. We are somehow able to relive the greatness of this 80s animation studio in the modern era, and I love it. Welcome to Aniprop, let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed when I pulled up Edgerunners is the animation style. The trigger style is so unique that I didn't have to look at any credits to know which studio produced this. It draws heavily from the Kill la Kill animation style, which in turn is derived from the Gainax anime Gurren Lagann. To even explain how we got here stylistically, we have to start with Yoshinori Kanada. Born in 1952, this guy is famous for his work on revolutionizing animation through the use of dynamic poses and disregarding the rigidity of the storyboard, thus allowing keyframe animators more freedom of expression. He is famous for his work on Miyazaki films, the popular ones. He's also renowned for work on Final Fantasy for Square Enix. This guy inspired the animators of Gainax. There's a whole episode of Panty and Stocking solely dedicated to him. Gurren Lagann, Panty and Stocking, and by extension everything that Hiroyuki Imaishi has worked on pays special tribute to the art and directing of Yoshinori Kanada. Imaishi started his career as an animator on Neon Genesis Evangelion for Gainax. He then graduated to keyframe animator and episode director on FLCL and Panty and Stocking. He finally made his directorial debut on Gurren Lagann in 2007. Imaishi left Gainax in 2011 to start Studio Trigger, but he carried over the same art style and storytelling when the new studio released Kill la Kill in 2013, then Premiere in 2019. That is essentially the history of the art style for Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Another thing carried over from the old Gainax anime are plot points and themes. A theme that endures in the Gainax storytelling is that of mentorship and succession. In FLCL, Naoto has an older brother that has left, and the story shows how he struggles in some ways to fill the shoes of his brother. In Gurren Lagann, Simon must rise to the challenges when Kamina departs. In Edgerunners, David does his best to replace Main as the gang leader. At some point in the plot, usually the halfway point, the primary protagonist is forced to fill the shoes of their mentor. Gainax storytelling also favors aloof and mysterious romantic interests. Haruka in FLCL is a literal alien from space, Yoko from Gurren Lagann, and of course Lucy from Edgerunners with her hidden past. These story elements are reused because they are magical and deliver the exact same desired effect every single time they are deployed. The formula has never failed. The cherry atop the Gainax trigger formula is the escalating stakes. In Gurren Lagann, the first few battles are fought on the ground, then on the surface. We eventually escalate to space battles before lastly having mecha standing atop whole galaxies while doing battle. In FLCL, Naoto's head keeps releasing larger and larger entities until finally the great space pirate Atomusk is released. The same applies to Premiere and Kill la Kill, so it should come as no surprise when the situations in Edgerunners continue to escalate as well. The formula is well proven for maintaining viewer engagement. The last inspiration in this anime that we can clearly see coming from its Gainax roots is the mecha. You may say there isn't any mecha in this anime, then please tell me what this is. Looks like mecha to me. They somehow managed to get that into a modern anime, and I give Trigger credit for that. Even though this anime is adapted from an existing intellectual property, it feels like I'm watching a 1980s Gainax original, and I'm just so happy that an authentic and essential anime experience could be preserved for modern viewers. Thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.
So what you wanna do? Thank you for the views. I'm gonna